part of the cunning plan.
Oh, yeah. OK.
I don't think this Baldrick
That's
thing's
Baldrick,
going to
yeah.
work.
Well, because it is a gimmick, John's looks it's complete rubbish, and so we'll just go along to the chamber and support it because it's just nonsense.
But what you're saying is the Labour Party was sort of like, oh, it's a trap, we're not falling for that, we're going to climb in it. And then embarrassingly get out. Yep, it is a trap. Yeah, getting out of that trap that we said it was, just making sure.
During the debate, how did he describe his decision to reverse Labour's stance?
Embarrassing. That one.
Was he a Dalek?
You look like, you know, when you're hungover and you have a memory and you go, oh, God, no. He just kept saying embarrassing, embarrassing. Stop saying it, you wouldn't tell me.
It was like he was having some kind of malfunction. Yeah. Sadiq, do you feel it's embarrassing?
Had I known I'd be doing this show on the Friday after, then I probably would have said no to this show, but look, I mean...
It could be any week in the next 12.
OK, so there was a meeting of the Parliamentary Labour Party on Monday night, which the Telegraph described as heated. Why was that?
It's getting cold. I got that's right word.
Well, apparently several members stormed out when McDonald announced his decision to reject the Charter. One MP said, it was the worst, most scathing meeting of the Parliamentary Labour Party I've ever attended. It was probably best summed up by Ben Bradshaw, who left the meeting saying, it's a total f***ing shambles. Although a McDonald spokesman described the meeting as quite positive.
Were you at this meeting?
No, it's one of those meetings I missed.
Is that true?
The words are plausible deniability.
So a lie, then.
And anyway, Sadiq organised Ed's campaign, so we can trust him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long night, isn't it?
It is. Not as long as his.
Do you think it's... my own theory is...
Oh, can we do the next question?
Yes.
It's a quick long night.
Just try teasing it out. Do you ever feel that maybe this is all your fault?
Honestly, that bake-off image is gone for good.
That would only be the case if you nominated Jeremy Corbyn for the leadership contest.
You didn't, did you?
I did, and I think... look, I mean, you know, I think it's early days yet.
It is early days. I do
You
think
didn't
it's
vote
early
for him,
days.
though, did you?
No.
You nominated... So, hang on, you nominated Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah.
OK. And then you didn't vote for him? You went for Andy Burnham?
Yeah.
And you were also, as Ian said...
You raised it as if that was a trick question.
This week we found out what Jeremy Corbyn's long-standing private engagement was that prevented him from meeting the Queen and the Privy Council. What was he up to?
He was on holiday in Scotland.
He's having fish and chips and a soft drink at the Ben Nevis Bar and Restaurant in Fort William whilst on a walking holiday. We've got a picture of him relaxing there with the pub landlords.
Nice sweater.
You can see he's just smuggled 6 bags of cheese and onion crisps. Right under the landlord's nose.
Because he wasn't at the Privy Council, so he can't get told about sort of threats like Syria and stuff like that. Is that right?
He doesn't get a security briefing.
Right.
Until he turns up.
Right.
So he'll have to go at some stage. But he didn't go this week.
Who here has been to a Privy Council meeting?
I have.
Yeah.
So what's needed? What do you need to do? What's the initiation ceremony?
First time you go in there, you swear an oath to the Queen.
And is there any kissing involved or kneeling?
I did both.
Were you required to do both?
I was told those are the rules to get in.
So you kiss the hand?
Yeah.
You don't, isn't it supposed to brush your nose with it? Which
Well,
sounds...
no one told me that, so I kissed her hand. I was told afterwards that I was supposed to have...
So you met the Queen and you're supposed to do this? Finally, why might Labour's Deputy Leader Tom Watson have been a bit too distracted this week to notice his party imploding?
He's on full-time pedo duty.
We're all thinking how to phrase it here.
How can I do it technically? He's roaming around the country shouting through people's windows, Pedo! I can see you in there. Pedo! Unfortunately, some of the people he's shouting at aren't pedos, which is a problem for him and everyone else.
This is the Labour Party beginning to fall apart with just 5 nail-biting years to go before the general election. Diane Abbott attempted to defend Labour's U-turn on Radio 4's Today programme, but instead, according to The Times, her strategy was one of cheerful cluelessness, leading many in the Labour Party to question her usefulness, unless, of course, you want a game of battleships. Ian and Roisin, take a look at this.
It's a U-turn. Well, this is the Tory U-turn.
Yes. We were going to provide a prison training service, and they're going to advise Saudi Arabia on their jails. It's like, oh, what, is your hand hurting from whipping?
It's just us sucking up to the Saudis yet again.
Yeah.
But finally someone's called and they're bluffing.
You're absolutely right. This is the famous Liberal Michael Gove affecting the government.
He is. I mean, it's a really liberal move.
It is a Liberal move, affecting the government's U-turn over supplying Saudi Arabia with consultancy advice for their prison system worth £6 million. Why has Cameron U-turned? Has he only just realised that Saudi Arabia execute 200 people a year?
No, I think he was aware of it before, but he didn't care. I mean, it's partly, the Labour Party have raised this issue.
Jeremy Corbyn mentioned it in his speech in Brighton, and lo and behold, 2 weeks later, you've got this massive U-turn from the government.
He challenged Cameron about the deal to help the Saudis take control of the UN Committee on Human Rights when they were planning to behead a teenager for looking at things on the internet. This is Jon Snow taking Cameron to task.
We, in November, did a deal with the Saudis that we would back them joining the Human Rights Council of the United Nations, providing they backed us. Now, this sounds a bit squalid for one of the most human rights abusing regimes on earth.
Well, Saudi Arabia is a member of the United Nations, but we completely disagree with
Well,
them.
why did you want them inside the human rights?
Well, we completely disagree with them about their punishment routines, about the death penalty, about those issues.
Well, why
And
did we do
raise
this
them-
deal then? I mean, they're not the right sort of people to be doing any sort of a deal on human rights.
We totally oppose their record in that area.
Why did we do it?
Well, I said we totally oppose their record.
No, but why did we do it?
I've answered the question.
Well, that isn't an answer, is it?
Is Saudi Arabia always called Saudi Arabia?
It was given to the Saud family,
That's fine,
King
okay.
Saud. So it's as though England was known as Lisland.
It sounds like a Queen-related theme park, Lisland.
Get a ride on the Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah.
If Her Majesty's watching as a member of the British
Is she
Council,
watching?
I apologise profusely for what your subjects are saying.
She's not watching this, she's watching Piers Morgan interviews the Bee Gees. On life stories.
If she is watching, she'd say, there's the guy who slogged my hand as opposed to doing that. OK, we'll stay with the broad news.
No, we're referring to the Queen these days, abroad. That's not very good, is it?
Who wants Britain to stay in abroad?
Richard Branson, all sensible people, people who aren't xenophobes, and people who like us to have jobs and growth in this country.
You made a distinction between Richard Branson and all sensible people.
Any other prominent names?
What about Jeremy? He's got a bit of form on wanting to leave, hasn't he?
I think you'll find we're definitely in favour of staying in European this week anyway.
When can we expect a solid answer?
No, I think you've cared ahead tonight. We're going to campaign to stay in the EU.
This is breaking news now. You've decided it on a comedy panel show.
All former Prime Ministers, they're in. Do you see that?
Yes.
They all agree.
Who haven't they got, though, that they really want?
Mary Berry.
Couldn't possibly comment on her views on Europe. Mainly, can't get a sensible word out of her after Annie's got.
What sort of words do you get out of that?
So who can you think of that would really seal the deal?
Boris Johnson.
Indeed. He went to a trade mission where?
He's in Japan.
Yeah. What did he say that was seized on by the press in regards to Europe? He said the price of getting out of Europe has never been lower. I don't know if he travels EasyJet, but that was his statement about it. Where else has Britain been falling down in our dealings with abroad?
Is it war?
I'm sure in a war. You didn't turn up. We thought you said 11.
In terms of diplomacy, what might one do when you visit somebody from a foreign land?
You take along a gift of some kind.
Absolutely. According to Anna Soubry, we've given some very poor quality gifts. We, in return, received some quite nice gifts. What did the Queen get? What was she given in Fiji?
Was it Fiji?
I've got one of these.
Islands.
Not a lake, but something... I was going to say something that swims in it, but it doesn't. Something that perhaps is in a river.
A whale.
Yes, it is. A whale. What bit of the whale?
What?
A bit of a whale.
She got bits of whale.
She got a bit of the whale.
Well, that's it. I mean...
Well, you can't get a whole whale. That's a massive gift.
It makes sense. It's the whole whale.
But you have to sort of pretend you don't know what it is when you unwrap it. Is it a bike?
Yeah, that's the thing. When gift wrapping a whale, would you cover the blowhole or not?
I think you have to.
For reasons of national security.
Otherwise you'd be giving it away. Your Christmas present just eating 5,000 tonne of plankton.
It wasn't a whole whale, can I say? It was not a whole whale.
You're saying it like it's not as bad because it wasn't a whale. That's why I'm upset. Like, was it just his eyes? Like...
No, slightly lower than the eyes.
His nose?
Oh.
They don't have noses. Was it a whale tooth?
Yes, it was. In my sad universe, I like to think they painlessly extracted and then let it go on its way.
Yeah.
Don't
This is
tell
for the Queen.
No, they did it really nicely, and there was sort of music playing in the background. Really nice dentist.
Whale music.
To calm him down, it sounds like hundreds of his peers are watching.
Yeah. I don't know how big would a whale's tooth be?
Oh, but you have to adjust the chair.
Well, if you think a tooth from a sperm whale's good, what do the islanders of Tana in the South Pacific give the Duke of Edinburgh?
Was it the rest of the world? You can match them.
I can tell you this as a clue.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd already got one of these.
Was it a Wham album?
They gave him
Yes?
a straw penis sheath. For the man who has everything.
Well, about the straw penis, presumably.
Who's been getting a gift from the Russians, on a more serious note?
Are you doing a gift in the real sense of the gift or like a bad gift?
This is a bad gift.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
This is specifically about the gift from the Russians to President Assad of Syria. Russia's been bombing all of his opponents, including, on occasions, ISIS. They've started firing cruise missiles from the ships in the Caspian, 930 miles away, and 4 missiles landed in
Iran.
Iran, indeed.
Amazon missile. Just in, go next door.
This is the government's U-turn on the Saudi prison contract. Britain is involved in a row with Saudi Arabia over the cancellation of a prison deal and the threat to flog one of our citizens. Saudi Arabia is not a sensible place for a bloke to drink alcohol, because if you do get drunk, you can't even get your wife to drive you home. And so, to round 2 with the one-armed bandit of news. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Here is the first one. Paul and Sadiq.
This is the news that from now on there'll be no more nude women in Playboy magazine.
Why have they come to that sensible decision?
They're going to use actual rabbits now, but with human ears.
And human bums.
Human bums.
Human bums. Human bummed rabbits will be serving you drinks on January the 1st.
They have actually realised, you'll know this, Ian, the reason. You'll know this. It's down to the influence of online pornography. Playboy CEO Scott Flanders told reporters, nudity is passé now that you're one click away from every sex act imaginable. Just one click, Ian. One click away. In dropping nudity from the magazine, who are they now trying to appeal to?
Younger people.
Yes, specifically.
Children. Play baby.
The job for Tom Watson.
They actually said they want to appeal to young urban males. To kick in the teeth for all those rural masturbators. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
An American woman, her nephew ran to her arms and shouted, "I love you!" And as he landed on her, he broke her shoulder. It's like 2 years ago. And she's suing her nephew for £125,000.
Is right. This is indeed the news that a woman in the US who took her 12-year-old nephew to court has been awarded 0 damages. Hooray. Yeah, Colin said it's a delay. And you've rightly said that the aunt, Jennifer Connell, claimed her nephew had left her with a broken wrist. Her lawyer claimed, "We do not take great pleasure in bringing a minor to court," but the nephew, who was 8 at the time of the hug, should have known better. Crucially, as part of the evidence, how was poor Aunt Jenny, as I think we should rightfully refer to, how is she still suffering from the hug?
She finds it impossible to carry out a full Nazi salute.
Well, you're on the right track. Because she told the court at a recent dinner party she found it difficult to hold my hors d'oeuvre plate. That was just for starters. In other crime news, what happened to a man in Lima this week who attempted to break into a shop in just his undercrackers?
Was it a trousers shop?
Yes.
He went straight in, put on a pair of trousers there.
Yeah.
Goodness for that.
Yeah.
No one can now see my undercrackers.
Undercrackers. If only he'd got as far as the trouser shop, he actually got stuck and then got caught. Wow. Dear. Oh, on the plus side, he did win the Turner Prize. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Here we go.
This is the Times is now having a Latin crossword.
What does that say in Latin? What does that mean?
Crime fam to you, I bring you news. Have I got news for you, it means?
Absolutely. The Times have finally printed their long-awaited sequel to the 1930 Latin crossword. And in waiting 85 years, they probably wanted the one person who'd started it to actually finish. The questions are a mix of straight and mildly cryptic clues, mainly in English, with the answers in Latin.
22 across is a particularly hard clue. And you, brackets, plural perhaps, were speaking, colon, I mean Dubai, FAQ, elite. I mean, I don't even understand the clue.
is the sort of thing you'd get at a new grammar school.
Yeah, and they'd probably knock it off in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Talking of grammar schools, does anybody know about the government plans to approve the first new grammar school in 50 years?
Yeah, it's an extension of the Weald of Kent School.
What makes
Very
it-
good school.
Did you go to that school?
You see how much of a grammar school?
I'm so terribly sorry. Forgive me,
We've had
sir.
some rude people on this show.
Forgive me, sir. This is the news that as part of their fight back against the decline of print journalism, the Times have published a Latin crossword. It's hoped that this new puzzle will raise interest in Latin to negligible. It's time now for the odd one out round. It's just one between you this week, and your four are Sadiq Khan, there you are, Michael Portillo, Jon Snow, and Aplectohincus Kereleonothus.
This is about bastards.
I thought you all had, like, teeth missing.
About bastards.
That's the clue, because Jon
Absolutely.
Snow from Game of Thrones is
Please
a
do that voice
bastard.
again. Please do the voice
Jon
again.
Snow, Winter's Spirit. He's a bastard. Michael Portillo was described as a bastard by John Major when he rebelled. Sadiq Khan described the entire electorate as bastards when they didn't vote Ed Miliband in. Is that not true?
No, it's not.
Oh, right, okay.
I was alleged to have said that all voters are bastards.
Oh, right, but you didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
So this story's not true?
No, it's not true.
Oh, right, well, there's no link then. That fish is a bastard.
Bastards is right, but who's the odd one out?
The fish is the odd one out.
No, not the fish.
Oh, Sadiq.
Absolutely, they've all been called bastards, except Sadiq, who called voters.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. How are you planning to get those bastards back on site before the mayoral elections next year?
Did you see Boris's slogan in attempting to back Goldsmith? He said it was, from now on, it was back Zach and
Oh, no.
crack London's problems.
So, Michael Portillo, as you said, 1993, along with two other MPs, he was called a disloyal bastard by then Prime Minister John Major. Speaking about the incident in 2013, what did Mr Major have to say about his use of words?
I was absolutely accurate in what I said, and I wish I'd used stronger language.
Pretty much it. Well, how he phrased it was this. He said, calling three of my colleagues, or a number of my colleagues, bastards was absolutely unforgivable, adding, my only excuse was that it was true. He followed his outburst over the bastards with a reference to Lyndon Johnson's maxim about J. Edgar Hoover. It's better to have him inside the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in. To be honest, on Bake Off, we're just the same with Mary Berry. So, Jon Snow, as you've said, is the illegitimate son of Ned Stark in TV series Game of Thrones and is often referred to as Ned Stark's bastard. Game of Thrones' mix of intrigue, violence and boobs have unsurprisingly helped make it a firm hit with politicians. Anyone here watch it? You're a fan? No? You're a fan?
Yeah.
What draws you? Is it the intrigue, the violence or the boobs?
Yeah, with Playboy gone. That's all there is. No, it's just the violence, I'll be honest.
Let me try and pronounce this correctly. Plectorhynchus Kereleonothus is a newly recognised fish, actually, that's been caught off the coast of Queensland, Australia,
yes.
and given the name Blue Bastard. According to the Daily News, the Blue Bastard is a member of what anglers call the sweet lips family, so called because they're pouting, fleshy lips. Lonely hobby, angling. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features, as its guest publication, Merry-Go Roundup, a National Carousel Association's newsletter. And for those wondering about its circulation, once every 30 seconds. And we're going to start with what made no mention of merry-go-rounds?
The Bible. The Nazi war trials after the Second World War.
It's a famed writer.
A famed writer, Ernest Hemingway.
Bill Bryson.
It's somebody who's a renowned diarist.
Samuel Pepys.
Bridget Jones.
No, she did actually say they were VVV good. The renowned diarist of the mid-17th century, Samuel Pepys, made no mention of merry-go-rounds. This is from Merry-Go